Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since I posted a video, but I hope that I've got a good one for you today. So we're going to do a little bit of grammar, but it's not scary. We're going to look at the words lives or lives, and these are spelt the same, but they are pronounced differently, and one is used as a verb and one is used as a noun. So it can get a little bit confusing about how it works, but in this video we're going to break it down, give some examples so that you feel totally confident when to use it as a verb and when to use it as a noun. So let's get going. So let's start with the verb lives. This comes from the verb to live, which means where we reside or where we spend our life. So for example, I live in London, or I live in an apartment in the city. But when we use it in the third person singular, we're going to add an S to the end of that verb for he, she or it. So I live in an apartment, but she lives in a big house. I live in London, but he lives in New York. So the verb changes depending on the subject. I live, he, she or it lives, we live, they live. So go ahead, if you want to put some examples in the comments, I'll check them out for you. So now let's look at the noun lives, which is the pluralized form of the noun life, which refers to the existence or the experience of us humans or animals and things. So for example, I can say, I have a great life in London, but if we're going to pluralize it, we say they enjoy their lives in London. Or my life is full of adventure in the singular. Or when we pluralize it, we say their lives are full of adventure. So you can see it has exactly the same spelling, as the verb lives, but it's pronounced differently. In this case, when we use it as a noun, a pluralized noun, we say lives. So I love my life, they love their lives. Okay, so I'm going to give you an opportunity to practice the difference between lives and lives. I'm going to put some sentences on the screen, give you 10 or 20 seconds to deduce whether they are being used as a verb or a noun, and I'll come back in a moment and we'll check them out together. So how did that feel? Did you feel very confident or did you struggle a little bit? We're going to look at the answers together now. So number 1, she lives on the second floor of the apartment block. This one is a verb. Number 2, our lives have changed since we had kids. This one is a noun. Number 3, he lives in the countryside. This one is a verb. And the last one, number 4, they love their lives in New York. This one is a noun. I hope that helps to clarify the differences between the two usages, and now you feel more confident. So to wrap up, when we are using the verb lives in the third person singular, we are talking about where somebody exists, where they reside, where they are geographically in the world. So she lives in London, or he lives in a big house in the city, or it lives on a farm. When we are talking about the pluralized noun, lives, we are talking about the experience of a person or thing. So for example, their lives are amazing, or our lives are better now that we have moved to London. So I really hope that helps to clarify the differences with the verb and the noun, lives and lives, and I hope you can confidently go and use both versions in your English conversation. See you next time. Bye.